Hello, welcome. How are we? Today we're going to be talking about nature. So just settle in, cozy up with a nice cup of hot tea, and get ready. No, I'm just kidding, but we are switching it up today. Today I'm not going to be doing my own makeup, but instead going to be doing my mom's and my sister's makeup. So I'm going to be doing my first foundation review of Yibu Arai, or Rare Beauty. So the reason I really wanted to do this video was because a lot of different foundations don't look the same on everybody. I'm sure you probably know that, but I wanted to be able to show you what it looks like on more mature skin, on drier skin, and on different skin tones. So first I'm going to start with my mom's makeup. She's around the shade 150C, that's what we picked up, and I think it matches pretty well. So I'm first starting by applying it to the back of my hand and placing it on the face. You will quickly see though that takes way too long, so I'm just applying it using the little doe foot applicator all over the face. And I'm using a bigger fluffy brush to blend out the foundation. I found that works better than a sponge. Sponges just don't really do it justice. It doesn't actually smooth it into the skin very easily. So on first impressions of using this, it does apply to like medium to almost full coverage. That's what it's advertised as, so it's really nice. And it's considered a soft matte. In my opinion, it kind of is a cream that dries down into a powdery finish. And I wouldn't say that it looks necessarily powdery in person, but it has a noticeable dry down texture. But nonetheless, it still is a really soft, comfortable foundation. I have been using it for the past week or so now, and I really like it. It's not my absolute favorite foundation ever, but it's actually a really good foundation, and it applies the same on my skin as it does on my mom's skin, so that's really important. I'll give you a close-up in just a second, but I really like this foundation, especially on mature skin. It doesn't emphasize wrinkles, and it does a really nice job of just blurring the skin. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish out the rest of the makeup look and kind of just speed through it since that's not really the point of this video, but while we're at it, might as well tell you the tea. So first I'm using my Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. It's a really good color and it's really light on application, so I really like that. A lot of times you can look too overboard. So for this one I'm using again a bigger fluffy brush and smoothing it, just kind of carve out nice little cheekbones. Next, I'm going to be using Honest Beauty's Creme blush. This is my all-time favorite blush. I've said this before, I'll say it pretty much every video until I die. This is in the shade Rose Pink, and it gives you just a perfect little flush, and you only need a couple of little dabs into the blush to actually make it show up, which is really lovely. I think they have about 4 or 5 shades. They're all beautiful. I probably will end up picking up all of them at some point. Next, I'm going to set the face with this banana setting powder. You don't really need it. I mean, honestly, I probably could have gone without it, but it's nice to just set the face so that it doesn't transfer onto anything. If we were to go out and need a mask or anything, it wouldn't transfer over to the mask. And also, I really like the Fenty setting powder because it looks like you're not wearing a powder at all. It actually blends into the skin really, really nicely and just gives you a nice extra layer of protection. So, I mean, I say this every time, but you don't really need it, but you kind of do. Next is a brow gel. That's when I usually do my brow gel, but I didn't realize that my mom doesn't need brow gel at all. And I don't have a clear brow gel or else I just would have used that. But her eyebrows just went extra bushy when I put this on her eyebrows. This does not work at all. And honestly, it was a mistake. I should have just taken it off. And I actually probably will towards the end of this. I remove a lot of it in the off clips. But, you know, nothing on YouTube is as it seems, you know? Oh my god, that ties back so hard with the OG Selena Gomez Wizards of Waverly Place. Where are my 90s babies at? Because that was me. I love that show. And it's all coming full circle. We're at Rare Beauty now. Selena Gomez is killing it. And yeah, let's just keep moving on to the eyeshadow. Okay, so I pretty much do the exact same technique every single time I do eyeshadow. I start with a transition shade. I build it up with a deeper color that looks almost the same, but literally just a couple shades deeper. And then I work in some kind of interesting color on the lid. And I usually finish it off with a cute little inner corner glittery highlight. And sometimes I top it with glitter if I'm feeling really extra. And I'm not going into details. Oh my god, I already said that. Quit asking. I have, all 3s of my other videos that you could watch about the details. Nah, I'm just kidding. But I feel like I always do that. I always start out the video so strong, like, okay, I'm just gonna speed through the rest of this makeup. It's just a foundation review. And then I end up going into like the theory of pigment somewhere halfway in between. But I'm gonna stay on task. I'm gonna try my best. But sometimes you just gotta spill the tea about the tea that needs to be spilled. And I definitely call that band name if that's ever a thing. I gotta look it up. Theory of pigment. That's me. Me and my metal band, Theory of Pigment. Alright, let's keep going. So I'm using this Colourpop palette. It's called Nude Mood. It's one of my all-time favorite palettes. It only has 9 colors, and that's really all you need. I don't know why some palettes just go so overboard. So I love this one. It's a good neutral one. It has a lot of good mattes, and the shimmers are fantastic. So highly, highly recommend this palette. Next, we're talking about this bomb mascara. It's by Kosas. It's the new one called the Big Clean, and it is, dare I say, the best mascara I have tried to date. I used to not be a very big mascara fan, and I don't know what happened. I now have about 20 different mascaras. I don't know what happened. I have a problem. I need help. This is a plea for help. So turns out my mom has fantastic eyelashes. I never knew that. Like, I never got up in my mom's face enough to see that her eyelashes are for realsthebomb.com. So I did a couple sweeps of mascara on her eyelashes, and they were already done. I mean, a couple sweeps on her lashes looks like a million sweeps on my lashes. So, get you a mom that has a few sweeps on her eyelashes. I don't know. I'm very jealous of her eyelashes. I genuinely feel like I've been gypped or cheated in some way. I don't know. I'm astonished. Okay, so what did I miss? I did the setting spray, the Milani Make It Last. Use that every single time, all the time, 24/7. I wake up, I put on Milani Make It Last setting spray. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I did that, and then I applied lipstick. I used the Tarteist liquid lipstick. And it's a really good color for her skin tone. I really like it. And here we are. So this is the final look. For an overall rating of the Rare Beauty foundation on mature skin, I'm going to give it a rating of a 9. It was actually really, really good. It actually really impressed me. I know a lot of foundations that I like and I love on my skin tone and my skin texture on 20-something skin does not look the same on my mom's skin. I think it's really important that you can use a foundation that, 1, covers up wrinkles really nicely, 2, blurs the texture of your skin so it looks like your skin literally looks younger whenever you're wearing it, and 3, it doesn't move throughout the day. I have been using it, like I said, for the past week, and it stays in place all day. It's really nice. So next, I'm going to be moving on to my sister's face. So that's my sister Mia, and she is the shade 240W. She's a little bit darker in complexion than I am, and yeah, she's pretty much just 2 years younger than me, so there's really not a huge difference in as far as skin texture goes. We pretty much have about the same face, and all 3 of us have actually really dry skin, so we were actually kind of worried about a soft matte formulation, but it actually ended up looking good on all 3 of us. So for you, I did half of her face instead of the full thing. So she doesn't have freckles noticeably. She has a few, but not a lot. So she doesn't really have a whole lot to conceal besides maybe some acne. But I mean, who among us is not struggling with the dreaded maskne right now? So yeah, I actually really love the way it looks on her skin. It evens out her skin tone. It makes it look really nice and soft. Right away, it doesn't look too dry. All good things. So I'm just gonna finish out the rest of her foundation and again, go through the rest of her makeup. But yeah, so far I'm really liking this foundation. It looks really good. It looks good in person. It looks good on camera. And it's a good one. It's a goodie. She real cute. I'm using this EcoTools foundation brush to blend out her foundation. I have never tried EcoTools, and I'm pretty much convinced they're the best affordable brushes I've ever seen. I mean, next to e.l.f. e.l.f. is kind of like the gold standard, but these are a close second place. It blends it out so nicely and you barely can tell that it was done by a brush. It's cute. So this is what it's looking like. Obviously she's looking extra spicy. And yeah, I think it looks good. I think I've said that from the beginning. It looked good to start, it looked good at the end. I mean, she's just looking good. So next we're gonna use her Bougie AF Too Faced Concealer. And I don't know what shade it is. I'll have to ask her about it, but It's just matching her skin. We're not really doing any brightening. So just kind of concealing a little under eye circles. Next, we're going to be using Fenty Cream Bronzer in the shade Macchiato. I really like this bronzer. It's really light. You can build it up to a nice bold bronzer if that's what you're into, but that's not my type. I mean, so anyway, I start out really strong with a nice stiffer brush, and then I switch to this fluffy brush that I typically use for contour to just diffuse the bronzer and spread it out a little bit more evenly. But I really like this bronzer. It's good at defining cheekbones, but it's also good at just giving you a nice, healthy flush. I mean, honestly, what's new? Just what's new? I feel like every time I give my opinion about something, I say it like it's a groundbreaking thing that I'm presenting this piece of knowledge to, but I mean, the gist of every single one of these products is girl likes product that she pays for. That's it. Next, I'm going to be using, again, the Banana Fenty Setting Powder. If you watch my channel for any period of time, you would see that I use this in pretty much all of my looks. Next, I'm going to use this Joah Brow Down to Me Precision Brow Pencil. This one, I think is a newish one to my channel, actually. I don't think I've talked about it before, and I feel like I kind of have a secret to hide. Like, this is a good brow product. I know everybody says brow products are kind of all the same, but I mean, they kind of aren't though, you know? And I just really like how thin this one is. I love the colors of it. It's like this beautiful gold looking color. I don't know. I mean, she's a cutie, and I kind of feel like this is like my brow pencil. Like I love this brow pencil. So yeah, it's really thin. It's really nice at just defining her eyebrows. And Mia already has gorgeous eyebrows. She really didn't need it. Next, I'm just gonna seal the brows in place with the Milk Kush Tinted Brow Gel. I believe it's in the shade Neutral Brown. And yeah, it just makes you look so much more put together when your brows are just like... Next, I'm gonna use Essence The Blush. I mean, that's kind of confident for Essence. I mean, it's a good one, but the blush, I don't know. It is $2.99 at Ulta, which I absolutely love. It's a good blush. And yeah, it just gives you a nice soft pink flush. This one is in the shade 10, Befitting. She's cute. I mean, no complaints here. Next, I'm going to use this Lumi Glow highlighter palette, and I'm going to be using this rosy champagne gold color just on top of her cheeks to kind of just make it pop a little extra. And finally, setting everything with Milani Make It Last. I mean, what's new? This is a super fine mist, it's really affordable, and it gets the job done. Next, I'm going to be using this Colourpop Wild Nothing palette to do Mia's eye look. But yeah, so I'm gonna use the same technique that I always do. Like I said before, I'm going to kind of keep it a little bit more pinky and mauve-y. Eyeshadow, it's not rocket science. You just put on shades you like until you like it. And that's all you do. And next I'm going to add this light glitter color on top of it. And I'm kind of working that one more closer towards the inner part of the eye to just open that area up. And for this, I have just been using a big fluffy brush for it. I think I actually only use 2 different brushes in this look. You really don't need a bunch of different brushes to get a good look. I use a tighter brush to get more defined color, more concentrated color, and I use a looser brush to just sweep it all together and blend it out. I actually really love the way it turned out on her eyes. It looks like way more beautiful than it looks on my eyes usually. So I'm a little jealous, honestly. Next, I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild Mega Liner. It's just a black liquid liner, and I'm just gonna do a cute little wing. Liner takes a long time to get the hang of, so you can definitely skip this step. It's not required. I mean, yeah, she's extra. She's real extra, quite honestly. But yeah, it ends up looking really nice. Okay, and it is about here where we are really fighting the sunlight right now. I mean, I never use a ring light whenever I'm filming my makeup videos. I usually just use natural sunlight because I feel like that's the most accurate depiction of your skin you could possibly have. But at this point, it's like, it's so dark, it's so grainy. But I did my best. So next, I'm going to top it with this Too Faced mascara. I I feel like this one kind of is like the ugly stepsister to the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This one always gets overlooked, but this one is also a really, really good mascara. So I'm just applying that to the top and the bottom. Next, I'm using this cute little Bite Beauty lipstick. It's really, really cute. It's the perfect shade for her lips. Honestly, it's probably the perfect shade for a lot of people's lips. It's a good fall color, which makes me so excited for fall. So as far as the foundation goes, I actually still really liked it on her skin type as well. No surprises really, it's a good foundation. A lot of people really like Rare Beauty's complexion products. The only thing I was worried about was that it would be too dry for dry skin, and it actually wasn't. So for that reason, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. A big thank you to my mom, Melissa, and my sister, Mia, for letting them be my guinea pigs for the night. And yeah, we should do this again sometime. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you liked it. And please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. That would help me out so very much. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.